is a Black Comet, and I bring you the RX-178 Mark II. The RX-178 Mark II were actually 3 prototype mobile suits developed by the Titan Special Unit of Earth's Federation Forces, the UC-0087. It was seen in the mobile suit Zeta Gundam first series, where the main protagonist was Camille Bidan. The actual first original colors were, I believe, dark blue, black, and red and yellow highlights. Mark II bears great similarities to the RX-78-2, which was the one-year war predecessor. The Mark II represented a small increase in mobility because of its first inner movable frame. The Mark II also possesses a panoramic cockpit, which separated it from the RX-78-2 in the one-year war, where it had a core block cockpit, which was mostly just a very expensive cockpit. Now with the panoramic cockpit that the Mark II has, increases the pilot's situational awareness and his surroundings around him, which made this a more advanced and a more somewhat tactical combat mobile suit. Now the Mark II's weaponry. The Mark II is actually one of the first mobile suits to possess an actual beam rifle with an E-pack. An E-pack meaning energy pack, which 2 extra cartridges were stored in his shield, and then he also carries 1 on the actual beam rifle. Aside from like the Shinanju, which I explained in my first video, where it was actually connected to the mobile suit's main generator, which was actually inside the mobile suit, which made it even more mobile than this actual mobile suit here, which is the Mark II. Now the Mark II did wield a hyper bazooka, which would deal devastating blows to any enemy in its path of fire. This hyper bazooka was also used in mobile suit Gundam Zeta New Translation, where Hayabushiki and the Mark II were in aerial battle alongside and encountered, I believe, some other mobile suits. I don't remember the name of them. And Camille Bidan was piloting the Mark II at this time and used the hyper bazooka. Now another set of great weaponry in the Mark II's arsenal is the dual beam sabers. The dual beam sabers are actually stored in holsters in the thruster pack, 1 in each holster. The beam sabers are used for close range combat, and they are also recharged when placed back in the holster. Now, all in all, defensive wise, the Mark II carried a shield with the AUG branding at the lower dark blue part of the shield. Now this shield was also a retractable shield, so for maneuverability purposes and for carrying purposes, the shield could also retract and become smaller and basically extend and become larger. Now, articulation is not difficult for the Mach 2. As you can see, as represented here, the Mach 2 has many points of articulation, such as being able to bend the elbows, I believe it's 180 degrees or whatever it may be, and touching the the shoulder armor, and also a bend in the knees and a full bend at that with no obstruction of armor, which also makes this Mach 2 mobile suit very unique as a kit as well, is the fact that the sliding armor plates, which make it very unique to pose and have an action poses in a showcase. So again, all in all, I enjoyed painting the Mach 2 and applying all decals. Now mind you, the Mach 2 has mainly water slide decals. That is the 2.0 version, limited edition. I don't know why they say it's limited edition, but it still sells anyways. But yes, it does have water slide decals. Now the technique I used for my water slide decals, so they wouldn't tear as easy and they would stay in place, is I lightly, in short, small bursts, applied a top matte coating on the decal slides, dried it with a blow dryer for like a second, then dipped them in water, and when they detached from the backing, I then applied them on each specific part and top coated that part with the water slide decals and stickers all in one. And this is the effect that I got, as you can see here. I'm gonna give you guys a little zoom in real quick.